will sound good. I'll sit. Ooh. Welcome, everybody, to the first Poetry Slam back from quarantine. Back from quarantine edition. So exciting. Woo! We are socially distant, which is great because that is how we keep each other safe. But we are recording our Poetry Slam and we'll post it online for you all to see. So we have a lovely group here. Few, but we are mighty in our cheers, which is so good. I appreciate it. First, today, the lovely Rob St. Germain. Come on up.
Here, we got a few poems for the masses. This first one's called Powder Keg. It's to do with the situation in the States, violence going on. It's called Powder Keg. So here it goes. There are too many cops abusing their authority, and there's no end to see. Black men are dying for no reason at all. Too many big shots are trying to make them feel small. It's been a powder keg waiting to explode, and the lawmen have let their hearts grow cold. Will this battle of race ever end? Can we make less enemies and make more friends? Okay, this one's about me. It's called Devil.
Alright, so fortune.
Yeah, there it goes. I may be a devil, but I'm not the worst one you ever met. The things that I believe in may make you fret. But I forget that we all can't be the same. All of you got from people want to point the blame. You all feel superior up on your high horse, but it's all a lot of horse manure, of course. You use your religion as excuse for your hate. How can you get a clue when it's way too late? So go ahead and call me a sinner if it makes you feel big inside. I may be bad, but at least I don't tell lies.
Good on you. The truth will set you free.
Yippers. Let's see here. Okay, this one's called Echoes. Echoes will come to harass, but we all know that echoes never last. They will fade away in time, and one day you will feel fine. Courage will give you armor that no arrow can pierce, and you will win, feeling fierce. Chase the boogeyman away, you survive another day. The sun may fall from the sky, but doesn't mean that you have to die. If it rains, feel it on your face. It'll wash away your pain without a trace. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but you don't have to be alone. When you no longer need to cry, you'll feel much better inside.
One more.
Okay, one more something. Just a second.
Woo.
Okay, I'll do one more.
Nice.
This one's called Phantoms. Phantoms, they walk around outside, are they ghosts of those who have died. They walk so slowly, they walk so slowly through the alleyways. You can only see them in the corner of your eye. You thought you saw something, but you don't know why. Are they demons or angels? No one knows. We don't notice them as they come and go. Do they have purpose, or do they merely wander the earth? And do they offer anything of worth? Are they here to haunt and scare? Or are they noble and fair?
Rob has a beautiful new patchwork jacket, so wonderful for modeling that for us all today. Thank you, Rob. Very lovely. Also, thank you for the edgy poetry. It's my favorite kind of poetry.
Kind of the swear words.
Yeah.
He does it after midnight.
Next on up, we have the lovely man himself, Jordan Dirksen. Come on up.
This is a paper I wrote a couple years back. It's called The Constants of the Universe and Our Perceptions of Life, and an interaction with one's environment in interacting together to achieve the necessities for living: water, food, clothing, and shelter. Also the structure of education, where knowledge is passed from individual to individual for generations, where innovations and improvements soon pass from teacher to student, and their achievements simplify achieving the goals of survival for the basic necessities of living: water, food, shelter, and clothing. It's this ability to learn from the past that makes improvements to benefit the future. Time is linear and fluid, constant and a variable, a measurement and also infinite. The past piles on top of itself like a pile of books with It's what you do with the present that will shape the future. Everything is made and was created with a twinkle of the fingers, from the pinky to the middle finger, the index finger, the pointer finger, and most importantly, the thumb. With a little twinkle, they work together to create everything made by man. Our perceptions of the world around it is used by the senses, from sight, touch, taste, smell, and hearing. It's the muscles that make us strong, but it's our brain that makes us smart. Sound and hearing are crucial to speech and language, for which knowledge has been passed for generations to generations, seen since the beginning of time, or even older. Light is timeless. Seen by the eye, it is viewed differently, specific to the individual, nearsighted, farsighted, color differentials, and depending on the eye. Light moves through space for an eternity at the speed of light. When it collides with an object, it explodes and reflects a prism of color. Because it's moving at the speed of light and colliding with an object, it creates friction and heat by colliding at the speed of light. The eye interprets the reflection of light as color and shadow. Shadow is the absence of light, but light can exist infinitely in space. Gravity is a circular shape. That's why the sun, the moon, and the earth are all round or spherical. The shape of gravity is equal to pi 3.14, with its center point equal to its half. The earth is equal to a molecule in its purpose in existence. As far as a molecule structures, there are animate and inanimate objects. Inanimate objects are not alive, but can change shape from solid to liquid and into a gas by changing temperature. Animate beings have an electricity to them. There is a courtship between living organisms. They interact with the world around them differently. They consume, they defecate, they reproduce, they seed. For all living things have some form of sex. It's this electricity of cells dividing, plants growing, children learning how to be. Parents interacting with the world around them to raise shelter, food, water, and clothing for themselves. The children learn about the world around them with their senses, sight, smell, speech, and hearing. He touches the world with a sense of curiosity. Mathematically, the social structure depends on the necessities needed for life. Education, cooperation, social contact, food, reproducing, passing on one's DNA, raising the next generation so they can do the same. These are the way we interact with the world around us, using our senses to experience life and the constants of the universe.
And if you wrote like biology textbooks, ooh, I'd be so into biology. Oh,
Right?
take me on an adventure. Wow. I mean, I feel like I'm about to hop in a spaceship and just adventure. It's wonderful. Next up, we have the ever so lovely and talented Faye Shalanda. Come on up and take on the throne. Also, nice Artbeat shirt.
Yay!
Yeah.
Aren't slave
I
land?
chose the right day to wear it.
You sure did.
Today I'm going to be reading a selection of a couple of my poems from the book I self-published, available at Artbeat in Portage Place Mall, called Me Between the Lines.
So punny, but also beautiful.
Read between the lines? or
No,
Me
me
Between the Lines. Yes. Available at Artbeat. So if you like it, go down and buy it.
There you go.
All right, this one's called For Shame, and it's about body shaming. One glance kicks it off as a new person appears. Silent statements shoot through the air towards the newcomer. Distorted facts and beliefs lay waste to the truth inside. The person's story is labeled before being read, their body image locked into a one-way mirror. Twice, in a matter of minutes, laughter can be heard. Snickers leak out from behind raised hands. Others mock using gestures without regard for discretion. The openness of their delight and the degradation of another human being does not go unnoticed by their subject. For the third time this week, people watched as what has been eaten. A meal once looked forward to as a reward for a hard day has become a time of judgment. Critical eyes scan the plate of food, adding up the calories and the body about to consume them. Quadrupled are the feelings of invalidation, while waves of disdain wear away their self-image. The media provides no comfort in their life. Mass messages enforce the erosion of societal norms, label them. To be categorized is to be jailed. For the 5 score resources there are on healthy lifestyles, Few places offer acceptance of staying the same. Ignored are the people advocating being satisfied in any size. Science could weigh in with more facts, yet it remains woefully understudied and underscored. Endless is the struggle to maintain a positive attitude in a world bent on marginalizing people happy with whom they are, striving to have full access to everything other people have, asking to be accepted for who they are, not what they weigh.
Words of power.
This next one is a rhyming poem called The Tour, and it's basically about a tour of my mind.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I can do that with anything, but I got lost. I got lost there.
Hope you stayed in the gift shop though.
Okay, The Tour. Allow my words to take you on a journey, through some of the dark recesses of my mind. A long, rocky trip, not for the faint of heart, for the light in there is not easy to find. We begin with the expanding loneliness, standing alone under a burnt-out street light. It is scanning the gloom for a companion or anyone to help get it through the night. Sadness spreads its sorrow out over the land, searching the barren ground for any purchase. Happiness is being extinguished en masse. Nothing good can stay hidden on the surface. Treading upon the stage is white-hot anger, scorching relays the scenery it has chewed. The wise mind was written out so long ago, reruns of better days are no longer viewed. Shame is still skulking in the dim-lit corners, waiting for when opportunities collide, painting out my life in shades of reds and blues as it works to color what's left of my pride. The last stop today is where fear resides. It's running wild in the wide open spaces, yelling its nonsense for all who will listen, noting reactions when it gets in their faces. And the last one I've chosen for today is from my miscellaneous selections, called Corrupting Combinations, about a relationship that's unbalanced. Corrupting combinations. I was the match, you were the flames. Intoxicating fumes fueled heightened emotions. The light burned bright until you consumed me. I was the performer, you were the ringmaster, training to walk on eggshells as I tread your stage, starving for praise as you collected the accolades. I was a hollow shell, you were the empty calories, feeding on a love bearing no fruit for the future, appearing healthy on the outside as I withered away. I was a happy spirit, you were a needy soul. The energy spiraled in an unbalanced loop, my outlook plummeted as you looked to soar. I was the prisoner, you were the warden. Nightmares enveloped my dreams of escape, pleading for mercy when you tightened the grip. I became enlightened, you remained in the dark. Hope sparked a new flame in the face of despair, growing my confidence while blinding you. I am the victorious, you are the fallen. Underground protests evolved into uprisings. No more am I a subject in your dictatorship.
Wow.
Faye, I feel like you need to do an audiobook of that. Oh, hearing a poet reading their own work, this is the best part about poetry slams. Hearing somebody read their own work from their different types of like emphasis on certain words and just passion behind others. Oh, it's my favorite part. My favorite part.
She's a good public speaker.
She is a good public speaker. You should teach lessons on public speaking. I would attend those classes. Anyway, next we have the man himself, kaleidoscope editor, Henry Peters. Come on up. We got a yay for Mr. Peters.
I got a couple of songs here by John O'Ross, hot off the press. The first one's called Darkness Falls Upon the Doom of My Days. Now that your career is in full bloom, a darkness falls upon the doom of my days. There are nothing more that I can give you, nothing else I can say. You remain my truth, my desire, my dream. Baby, to me, you're the pain from within my very soul. Won't you acknowledge me? Is that right, baby? But did you know that the pain did grow? My heart burst forth, and it encased you with art. Baby, I have no other to compare you within my heart. Oh, the less I got from you, the worse it became. Yeah, now that your career is in full bloom, a darkness falls upon the doom of my days. I'm determined to have you in my arms each day. I'm determined to have you in my arms each day. And if I should fail, my love simply won't go away. My love is the light each and every day. Baby, I gave you my art and my heart for free. Oh, the more I gave, the further you walked away. Now that your career is in full bloom, a darkness falls upon the doom of my days. Yes, I compare your absence to a festering wound. Oh, the more I gave, the further you walked away. Now that your career is in full bloom, a darkness falls upon the doom of my days. How are you doing, sir, Johnny O? Yeah, and this one's called Where's the Love? When it began, there's no way of knowing. Everything seems to be going wrong. When will it end? There is no way of knowing. Everything seems to be going wrong. There's all the love. We need it now that the market's down. We need some love. Where's the food going to come from? The time is now. This is when the strong keep going, even when they know that time so keeps flowing. On. Life can't be replaced. Everyone is truly worth knowing. It's sad that so many are traveling on. Where's all the love? We need it now that many businesses are gone. We need some love. What is our purpose now that the money has gone? How fragile life is. There's really no way of knowing where the wind is blowing strong. What need I say? No one can say they're going. So live life in each moment strong. We're reaching on out with empty hands, but with hearts filled with love. Where's all the love? People are dying and those left want to know. Where's all the love? God has enough angels up above. We're reaching on out with empty hands, but with hearts filled with love. Where's all the love? People are dying and those left want to know. Where's all the love? God has enough angels up above.
So my goodness.
Our fearless leader.
Hello. Last for our poetry slam today. I will be taking my first reign at the poetry slam.
I know how it feels.
Oh my gosh! I've been watching it so many times, and I think learning from the pausing and the passion that Faye speaks in, the adventure, Jordan, that you speak in, I'm gonna try my best. Oh, didn't bring water, and I'm a little nervous.
Belch it out.
I'll try my best.
Belt it out.
So I'm a collage artist myself. I am not a poet yet. Trying things out. This is a poem I collaged with National Geographic magazines, and I cut out words of a larger piece and put them all together. So it's kind of like it picked my words for me, but also it really represented how I was feeling during the quarantine times. I wrote this poem then, and it is called The Last Utopia. I spent a few minutes sipping coffee, cut off from the rest of the world. Not so long as there is television and the friendship of books. Now and again buses pass. The wind-borne poisons might be silenced forever. My friend, whom I call after the aftermath of disaster, friendly and soft-spoken, whose enthusiasm holds medicinal powers, may discover more about domesticated pleasure. The luckier ones, uprooted, can choose this benevolent fascination for the most frantic projections of peacetime. Potentially lethal, all that is necessary.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Nicholas.
That's pretty good for your first line, man.
First poem. Maybe I'll continue.
All you have to do to be a poet is get smokes and red wine on a payday, and you're a poet.
And some magazines for your words.
Done. I like it. Well, that concludes the first Poetry Slam post-quarantine. We will continue to keep you guys updated, but also thank you so much for sharing all your work, everybody here today. And we'll post them on Kaleidoscope. Give it a snap.
You record them all.